This video will transform how you generate and reach new leads. I'll show you how to do it in a manual way and even an automated way. So you can generate leads while you sleep if you wanted to. I'm able to show you this because I've gone through the trial and error to explore both methods and I figured out what works. And this is exactly what I want to share with you in this video. So if generating leads is the bottleneck in your business, this will take care of this once and for all. So stick around, and that is what you'll be able to learn. Before we dive in to the actual content, what I want to do is show you two ways how I can help you further. So if you wanted to learn more about AI and automation, I have a link in the description that allows you to join my newsletter, where you'll get the latest about AI and automation and how to learn to implement these automations, these methods in your business. On the other hand, if you have a business and want a free consultation, I'm offering this through my website. So just go to that link in the description as well and find a time that works for you. I'll give you practical information that you can implement there and then in your business to take that further. So that's pretty much from my end in terms of how I can help you further. With that said, let's get into the video. So in this case, what we're going to do are these 5 steps. If we were to do this manually, let's start from there. So I have a Google search, or we're going to do a Google search for our ideal leads. Number 2, we're going to scrape these leads. So we're going to essentially download this information so we can use it. Then we're going to get information on the leads. So we need to use some type of tool, whether it's manual, as in we're using our time to get information about these leads, or we need to do it in an automated fashion, because this will allow us to personalize, which is step 4, the outreach. It will allow us to send emails, send messages, whether it's on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, or emails that are personalized. And this is the key right here. When you get an email that is personalized, you tend to open it up much more than just a generic email. And just from speaking to a friend of mine yesterday, she was like, I'm sending a lot of emails, but many of them are not getting opened. They're not getting clicked. Maybe email marketing is dead. And my question was, are the emails personalized, or are you just sending out a bulk campaign? She was like, yeah, it's the second one. And that could be a big reason why those emails aren't getting the results that you wanted. Anyway, so once we have all this information, we can then reach out to leads. We can do this again manually, or we can do it in an automated fashion. So this is essentially the game plan we're going to cover in this video. So let's start with the manual approach. So if I go to Google here and I type in this right here, you will see that I'm searching for Instagram, or on Instagram, for anyone that has the word dentist in their Instagram. And I'm also looking for parameters that include at gmail.com or at yahoo.com, hotmail.com, outlook.com, aol.com, icloud.com. So this will give me in the results anyone that has the word dentist and that has an email listed. So these are all people that have emails listed that you can take or that you can scrape and connect with these people. So here, if I open up this Gray Street Dentist and I go here, you can see that there is the email listed there. So it's easy, if you wanted to, as just copying that and sending this person an email. If I open up this one right here, somewhere in there, there is an email that you can scrape. So it's, in this case, even as easy as copying it from here and just sending the person an email. So this is the first step. Similar to this right here, we have other searches that we can make. So let's say that we are targeting CEOs. We can search on LinkedIn for people that have CEOs in their profile. So CEO at jobscontractors@gmail.com. jobscontractors@gmail.com. So I don't know if this would be the actual email of the CEO. Let's put it this way, but it's still a potential email that you can then filter through and see if it's the right one. In this case, this is probably the correct email compared to the one we saw before. So this jobs contractors. So with any method, you need to do your kind of due diligence. You need to double check what you are sending. But this is a great way to get as many emails as you wanted to. As you can see, the list keeps going on and on and on. So these are all pages with emails of potential CEOs directly on LinkedIn. So this is the, let's say, manual way of doing the first step, which was this right here. Or rather, even the first two steps. We're doing a Google search for our ideal leads. We're scraping the leads. So we would take the email. We would start filling in a Google sheet with information about the person. So we could have a new sheet here. We would have name, email, have the name of the person, and the email of the person. So then we'd be able to contact those emails and know who they belong to, right? So this is the first step. But let's take this a step further. What we want to do is personalize our outreach. So if I go back to the first page of our LinkedIn search here, let's go here. So we have Jeff here. So we'll add the name there. We have the email. And what I want to do is see if I can find a website. Contact, So Jeff doesn't seem to be very active on LinkedIn. But let's just do a Google search for that. Jeff's musicology. We sell vintage. Okay, so that might be a different Jeff. Let's go one step back. Paul Thomas. So let's just see if we do a Google search for that, if that is the right person. Paul Thomas Investing. Investments, YouTube channel, LinkedIn. So even if we don't find a website, we can still find different assets that the person has online, right? So here we have Paul Thomas Investing, smart investing, information analysis instead of pumping and bashing. So one way to reach out to this person could be saying something along the lines of, I love how you take a contrarian approach to pumping and bashing, and instead focus on smart investing. That is something that I can identify with. Essentially what we're trying to do is finding a way to get information that would allow us to do that, to personalize our outreach. Because when we have that 1 to 2 sentences that we can use, that is what we can essentially do in step 5, or what we can essentially use in step 5. All I'm trying to say is that we could use a website to find information, or we could use other assets online. And again, remember, this is the manual way of doing the things. So here, what I would have is a sheet. So Paul Thomas, we have the email, which is right there. And then I would have something about the person. So let's say that personal note, or note about person. So here I could have Twitter bio is that. So this would allow me to, in the next step, use this to personalize my outreach. So you can keep going on and do this. Once you have a list of, let's say, X amount of people that you want to reach out to, which means that you have all the information about them, name, email, and note, you can then start sending emails to the emails there, using the names that you have here, and using the notes you have about the specific person. And it all started with these types of searches, right? So this is the first step of doing this. A better way, which is not completely automated, would be to grab this again. So let's go back to dentists. So what you can do is, instead of populating the list yourself is take it kind of one step further using ChatGPT. So you say, let me just copy all this. And in ChatGPT, you say, organize this information in a table, having columns, name, email, a possible note about the person. Only use information from the below. And you just paste the results from Google. And what it will do is essentially take this information and organize it in a table, which is a different way of saying a Google Sheet. So here we get this table that we can copy or even download here, and it has the information immediately from here. So Hassan, there's the email there, and it says general dentist. So dentist. Another one here, trying to balance work and healthy living, Chelsea William, and the email there, the name, the email, and the note. So then you could copy this, go back to your sheet, and this would be a quicker way. Okay, you can also format this. So if I go back to ChatGPT, close this, give me the output in Markdown format. This will allow you to get all that instead of having to manually do that one by one. So that you can have something like this, markdown to html.com. And I think if I go back to my sheet and paste this, yeah, this will keep the right formatting. So this is a quick way of doing this, but faster. But the best way would be to build a make.com automation that takes what we've just spoken about and allows you to run this whenever you want to. And there are different ways to do this. The easiest way would be to have this type of flow. So first we want to do a Google search for our ideal leads. And if I go to Google and again do a search for this, you will see that we have the Google URL or the URL that we search for right here. So let me just paste this in here and we get all this. So we know that we're doing a Google search. It's on Instagram.com. We're searching for dentists and we're looking for Gmail, Yahoo, and so on and so forth. And this can be opened up to any type of search as well. So instead of dentist, let's have plumber. All I'm going to do is copy this whole URL and in make.com, I'm going to do an HTTP getter file. So this will allow me to get the results that are displayed right here. I'm just doing it programmatically. If I run this once, you will see that I got all this data. So it's a bunch of code. But what I'm interested in is the actual text that the normal user would be interested in. So all this right here, instead of all the code that we saw here. So in Make, there is this HTML to text that you can, or where you can give it the data. And this will give you all the code stripped away, which essentially leaves you with something like this, which is much more readable for humans and even for AI, which we're going to use in the next step. So get Plumber Steve. Instagram is @PlumberSteve. And if we search for @gmail.com, we also have email information, right? So what we're going to do next is we're going to get something similar to this. We're going to use AI for this. So we're going to go to ChatGPT. We're going to create a completion, choose our model. For the system, I'm going to say you convert a bunch of text into names, emails, say potential websites, and a note about you convert a bunch of text into names, emails, potential websites, and a note to help me reach out to these local. Add a message. I'm going to put something similar to what I did right here. So here I said, organize information and table having columns, use only the information from the below. So if I go back to make, I'm going to paste this in, and I'm going to paste in the text that I got in step number 1. I'm going to run this once. Let's see what we get. So this will give me this table. So there's plumber Steve, South African licensed plumber, Leggy the plumber, so Leggy the plumber at gmail.com, John. All right, great. What I want to do though is I want to format the data in a better way that is more readable. So here I'm going to add another note or another message and say output the data in JSON format as follows. And I'm going to give a model for how I want this to be displayed. So we have name, email, and note. Email, note about the person. I'm going to put these in correct JSON formatting. So add quotes between each of these. And I'm going to say I want the name there. I want the email there. I want a note about the person there. Let's see if this is correct. So name, email, note about the person. Great. Here I'm going to go to show advanced, and the response I want is JSON object. Hit yes to parsing, save, and run this again. So now I'll be able to get data that is better structured and more readable. So for the result now, I get Steve Plummer, good. What I want though is all the information. So for some reason here, I just got 1. But okay, let's turn this into a better JSON because I think it's understanding that I only want it for one person. So let's do person or comment tag. And let's create an array there. Do this for all potential people. Only output JSON starting with open curly bracket and ending with close curly bracket. Save, run again. And let's see now. So now if I go to result, I get plumber Steve, email, note about the person, Leggy the plumber, great. So I get all the information right there. I get 10 results, which makes sense. So it aligns with the 10 results there are on Google. And I get the information about the different people. In some cases, here email is not provided. So that makes sense because if I go to the Cork plumber with the search that I made here, is it? No, it's not this one. Let's redo that search. So it's the search here. Open up a new window, paste that here, and we're looking for, was it the Cork? The Cork plumber. Wait. Okay. And the reason why you might get different data is because here, locally, I'm in Malta, but my make.com account is in a different location. So the results might vary between what you get and what you get in Make and what you get in Google. But if I wanted to double check this, what I could do, Instagram.com, the cork. Let's see if we managed to find this. The cork plumber. Professional plumbing and heating business quality is our business. Let's see if that's the one, just to confirm that there is in fact no email. Considers innovating bathrooms call provided instead. Anyway, that might be the reason why you get different results. What I would do is double check these though. So Leggy the plumber, gas engineer, heating specialist, has a dog named Nala. That I'm not. As in, I would double check whether that is actually correct. So let's try this. Yeah, I don't know how many Leggy the plumbers there are, but let's see. Leggy the plumber. Nala, that's my dog. Okay, so it is pulling the right data. So if I go here, and again, try searching for Leggy the plumber with this information, we do get this right here. Leggy the plumber, Nala is my dog. Okay, so it is actually being pulled correctly. Okay, so yeah, that is one way to. I'm just curious about Nala now. Just want to see Nala. That's a cute dog. All right, cool. Anyway, so if we go back here, we did the three things. We got the Google search, we transformed the HTML into text, and we got the information about these people. What we want to do next is actually save this information and create a personalized note that would help us with the outreach. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to this Google Sheet. And now, let me create a new sheet and call this name method, spelled incorrectly. I have name, email, I have note. So if I go back to my make scenario, I can now connect to sheets. I'm going to add the row. I'm going to choose my sheet. So I'm going to copy the document ID, which is right there. I'm going to say enter manually. Spreadsheet ID is that. Sheet name is the one I just created. So I'm going to copy this. Go back here, paste that in. Column range, I can put A to Z. And now it will pull the data or the columns there. So in column A, I want to add the name. In B, I want to add the email. And in C, I want to add the note. Now, the potential issue here could be that this will only save one person. Let's see. Or even, let's see. We might need to add a different step here. Yeah, so here just saved one person. What we want to do is convert the output of this, which is an array, into different bundles. So here, I need to add an additional step. So add a module, I'm going to choose this iterator here, and I'm going to pass the contact array. Let me unlink this, run it again, and then we'll be able to add all 10 records in one go. So now we get different bundles for the 10 results, which means that we can connect that there. And now we replace the values here. We have the name, the email, and the note. So hit OK, hit save. Let's align these. Let's delete that stuff. And if I go to make and run this once, you will see the information being added, hopefully within the next few seconds. Okay, still processing. As you can see, it's now adding them one by one. So this is the more automated way of getting this done. So now we have the name, the email, and the note. What we want to do next is add a personalized, let's call it icebreaker. So we're going to take this note, we're going to combine it with what it is that we do, and we're going to save the result under personalized icebreaker. So for this, let's just create another, let's call it a workflow. We're going to go to Sheets. We're going to actually get the row first, and then we want to update it. So let's search. We're going to choose our sheet. And again, this can be done manually if you wanted to. And let's call this YouTube example 3rd November. I'm going to reopen this. I'm going to choose the sheet name, which is the automated method. We get all the data, we can order it, we can limit it. Let's just limit to 1 for now. We can hit run once, and this should get Plumber Steve, which is the first record right here. So what we want to do is have a ChatGPT module where we're gonna say system role is you create personalized icebreakers, personalized 1 to 2 sentence icebreakers. For the message, we're going to say, I help local businesses get more leads and businesses. 1 to 2 sentence icebreaker for this person, given this note. We're going to say person. We're going to pass the information about Plumber Steve. Name note is this. So he's a South African licensed plumber plus whatever the person has listed. When that is done, let me add another output, another instruction here. Only output the icebreaker, nothing else. So then I'm going to go to Google Sheet, update the row, choose the same. So I can enter it manually here. So I know the ID is this right here. The row number is information we have from the previous module. Column range, you can leave A to Z. Request failed due to a failure of a previous request. Not sure what that means. Okay, yeah, put the spreadsheet ID in the wrong place. The sheet name was automated method. Let's try this again. So, okay, that works. Now we want to update row or column D. So here I'm going to put the result from the previous ChatGPT output. So now if we run this once, we should have something for Steve. Hey, Plumber Steve. With your Red Seal and extensive South African experience, I bet you know how to keep the pipes flowing just as smoothly as you keep the leads, the local leads coming in. All right, fair enough, I guess. So I'm going to say do not include quotes as well here. Or here. Do not include quotes in the output. And that you can run for the rest of the information. So again, what we're doing is automatically pulling the name, email, and note from Google. We're adding a personalized icebreaker. And then, finally, once we have the personalized icebreakers, we would have a third module that does the same as this right here. So it grabs the row information and then goes to Gmail and is able to send an email, which pulls all the information about the people and sends them the information including the personalized icebreaker and whatever you are trying to get them to do, whatever you want them to do, whether it's book a call, fill in a form, make a purchase. So irrespective of whatever you're trying to do, you have a personalized icebreaker and an email that is ready to be sent. So you can either send an email or alternatively, you could have a Gmail created draft, which means that you get to audit the email before sending it. So this is the way how to do all of what we discussed, which is which is waiting. Okay. So this is, again, try to start this again, which is how to get all of this done in an automated fashion. So to recap, what we're doing is the following. Go to red. We're doing a Google search for our ideal leads, whether it's Facebook, whether it's LinkedIn, and we're using the specific keywords for our ideal leads, whether it's dentist, CEO, and so on and so forth. We're scraping the data, so we're downloading the data to a Google Sheet. We're getting the info on the leads, either through something on the search engine itself, or we can actually browse to the website, which can also be done automatically. We personalize the outreach, so we're using the information from step 3 plus what we do. So if we help these people get more leads, we're saying with our knowledge, we can help you get more leads in your X business. And then we're reaching out to the people, whether it's email, or it can also be on the actual channel itself, whether it's Instagram, whether it's in LinkedIn, Facebook, or even a combination of both, which can be even more effective. So essentially, this is what we're doing with this scenario. If you found this video useful, first of all, I'd love if you implement it and give me your feedback on it. And secondly, if you want me to help you in your business using AI and automation to see how you can make it better, check out the link in the description. There's a YouTube, or there's a link to allow you to book a free consultation where we speak about what it is you're currently doing and how to make it better. And if you want to learn how to use these automations and build them so you can even sell them to other businesses, then check out the free newsletter that you can join as well through the second link in the description. That's it from me. Hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great day. I'll speak to you soon.